Welcome to the 2021 Teacher of the Year presentation. My name is Nicole Klitzke, and I serve as Chair of the District 112 Foundation Board of Directors. On behalf of the organization and its members, it is my pleasure to open this virtual celebration with a warm welcome to all of you who are here to help support this event, and more importantly, to help share in rewarding and recognizing our top 5 finalists. This year we had 51 exceptional nominees, which is an outstanding response to the passion and talent that reside within Eastern Carver County schools. Particularly this year, given there were so many teachers and staff that rose to the occasion to meet and persevere given so many challenges. As a parent with my own children attending schools within the district, I experienced firsthand this talent and passion, and I feel so fortunate to be a part of it. At this time, I would like to pass things off to our principals to introduce our top 5 finalists.
Hello, my name is Beth Holm, and I'm the principal at Chaska Middle School East. I have the great honor to introduce Andrew Waller to you as finalist for Teacher of the Year. I have had the pleasure of working with Andrew at East over the past 10 years. He truly is the model of a dedicated educator who is constantly learning and applying new ways to support students. He is one of the most thoughtful and introspective people I have ever had the opportunity to work with. I always know when I need a different perspective, I can go to Andrew to process through a situation with someone who will always use a student-first approach. Mr. Waller has been an important member of East Building Leadership Team, Advisory Team, and Staff Equity Team. When he recognizes a need, he creates lessons and procedures that are used by all staff and students. Teachers and administration alike both seek Mr. Waller out for his opinion because he is so creative, thoughtful, and asks questions that will always help his colleagues improve. Although all these things are critical to being a great teacher, Andrew has that thing that you just really can't put into words. His classroom is one that, regardless of the content or events of the day, feels like a place everyone wants to be. Andrew has an innate ability to create a personalized environment where every student feels honored and welcomed. Creating an equitable environment is at the core of what Andrew does. He does this all while traversing the difficult terrain of discussing controversial current events. Andrew takes the responsibility of helping students to have civil discourse and form their own opinions very seriously. It is clear that he is never focused on just ensuring that students know facts for a test, but rather they understand social studies in a way that will help them form who they are. I am sure that Andrew would have a hard time pinpointing exactly how he became so absolutely amazing, but I am quite certain his answer would include his family. In my conversations with Andrew about teaching and learning, it is rare that I don't hear about his family of educators, his mother, his wife, and his children. Although I could go on with stories and examples of Andrew's professionalism, I want to share a couple of words from his colleagues. One shared, when considering an ideal teacher and colleague, you would hope that that person would be knowledgeable in their subject matter, practice effective instructional strategies, and help their students become much more than they ever thought they could be. Andrew is that rare teacher that possesses all of those attributes as well as many more. He effortlessly designs unique and inventive lessons that bring social studies alive for his students. Mr. Waller treats students as young adults, putting them in charge of their own learning and showing an interest in who they are as people. Another staff member shared, Andrew has an innate ability to engage middle schoolers in learning. Through compassion and care, relevance and rigor, humor and humanity, he constantly challenges his students to achieve their personal best. In his nomination, some parents noted, he treats students as maturing, thinking people in their own right. He engages them with both history and current events and empowers the kids to see their own place in the world as a part of the process. He allows the kids to get to know him by sharing personal stories about his family and life. He shares the good, bad, happy, and sad, which shows the kids that this is a normal in life to have ups and downs, and there are always ways to get through challenges. It is clear that he places the emphasis on building relationships and connections with students, and in return, that helps create a motivated, excited student in his classroom. Not only are students motivated because of the connections they feel with Mr. Waller, but he connects the material in his classes to the society in which kids live whenever possible. We are so appreciative of his approach during the election season. He taught his students the importance of having a respectful discussion. He emphasized the idea of being a good listener, whether or not you have the same or different views from someone. Mr. Waller is incredible at giving individual feedback as well. We went through a list of assignments on my daughter's Google Classroom page for civics, and every single piece of work she turned in had a personalized comment from him. She feels like her work is valued and worthwhile because he took the time to look at it and leave feedback. Also, in terms of self-esteem building, Mr. Waller keeps things fun and light. He once sang happy birthday to a student with his own children, with him wearing party hats, on a Google Meet. That student will never forget that. Another really awesome thing about Mr. Waller is that he has put himself out there and participates in all of the distance learning social parodies created by teachers at East. In a time of uncertainty and isolation for students learning from home, this was an awesome way to bring energy and fun to the students. I want to thank District 112 Foundation for honoring the work of all of our amazing educators, and more specifically, Mr. Andrew Waller. There is no doubt that every person who has had the opportunity to work with Mr. Waller or be in his classroom would have a memory to share about how he positively impacted their life.
Greetings, Eastern Carver County Schools. My name is Jim Bach, and I have the privilege of serving as the principal at Chaska High School. It is my honor to introduce Margaret CASSETT, who is a finalist for Teacher of the Year. Ms. CASSETT is a teacher in our ACE program at Chaska High School. For those who do not know what our ACE program is a program that works with students who are struggling in English, social studies, and math. They are students who are behind in credits to graduate and may not graduate at all. If you were to describe the skills necessary to be successful in this program, you would be describing Ms. CASSETT to a core. Ms. CASSETT understands the first priority for her students is to love them first. She builds strong working relationships with them. They know she cares, and she will do anything to help them succeed. Once she has the relationship developed and trust built, this is when her persistent skills kick in. She refuses to give up on a student. She will do whatever it takes for the student to be successful. She sets high expectations for her students and teaches them to believe in themselves. She understands that her students need so much more than content knowledge. They need someone to care about them, to push them, to listen to them, and to provide guidance on all sorts of topics. And in return, all she asks is for them to graduate and to be good citizens. What makes her so special is that while she gives so much to her students, the students give so much back to her. It's those intrinsic rewards that she receives and what keeps her going day in and day out. In education, we try to measure our successes with state and national testing. Our graduation rates, which Ms. CASSETT does a great job in getting our students to graduate. But if we could find a way to measure a teacher's success that would include compassion, persistence, and a love of students, Ms. CASSETT would be at the top of that list. It is an honor to introduce Margaret CASSETT for Teacher of the Year in Eastern Carver County Schools.
Hello, families and community. My name is Nate Gibbs, and I'm the principal at Chaska Middle School West. It's with great honor that I introduce Eric Songer, music teacher here at West. For those of you who don't know Eric, he's been a part of our West community for 2 decades. And during that time, he's built an exceptional music program and inspired countless students. As I reflect on Eric's work here at West, 3 words come to mind: passion, creativity, and determination. His passion for music education and reaching each student is evident every day in his classroom. He has a passion for music, but that really serves as an entry point for students to discover their own talents and be a part of a strong and vibrant community. He demonstrates unparalleled creativity in the classroom and in the broader school community. He's always looking for ways for students to connect the learning in the classroom to the broader world, looking for ways for students to showcase their talents. And another example of his creativity is this winter. He went from house to house for each student, playing musical pieces, spreading holiday cheer, and just checking in. Determination is also a characteristic of Eric that I've seen consistently this year. In the face of intense uncertainty, he was unwavering in his commitment to his students. Eric got to work early each morning, setting up seating, instruments, and sound equipment outside of our building so that students can continue to have the opportunity to practice and perform music. It happened, just happened outside as we launched the school year. These are just a few examples of the role Eric plays in our school and in our community. It's a pleasure to partner with him and a joy to learn from him it's been a joy to learn from him over the course of the year. I believe it's a profound privilege to nurture and guide the development of each child. Eric Songer navigates that responsibility with profound care and sincerity. Great teachers are the heartbeat of any school. To Mr. Songer and our other nominees, thank you. Because of you, our heart beats loudly. Take care.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Nate Slinde, and I'm the proud principal of Clover Ridge Elementary. It is my great privilege to introduce Jen Carlson as our next candidate for the District 112 Foundation Teacher of the Year. Before I begin, I would like to thank the Foundation for their ongoing support for public education. After a difficult year for teachers, it's wonderful to have the organizational support and leadership from those within our community that support and positively promote our schools. Thank you very much. I would also like to congratulate all the staff who received nominations. I think there were over 50 submissions, which is incredible. To all educators, thank you for your hard work during this unprecedented year and representing Eastern Carver County Schools so well. Jen Carlson is truly an outstanding educator. She is an imaginative, enthusiastic, and goal-oriented teacher who is dedicated to student development, motivation, and academic achievement. She has worked in Eastern Carver County Schools since 2012, beginning as a reading specialist and quickly moving into a classroom setting. We have benefited from her experience in other districts where she provided leadership and professional development to her colleagues. Her colleagues emphasized her leadership on her team and within the school, and a genuine willingness to share her creative resources that she has adapted to distant learning so well. Jen has excelled during distant learning, combining her advanced technology skill set with her creative craft of delivering instruction. As one parent stated, Jen Carlson has been able to create continuity and normalcy for our students in a very atypical year. Her calm demeanor through all of these challenges has made these transitions easy for our kids, and we are greatly appreciative. Another parent highlighted her innovation and excellence in education through her personal connections to students. She writes, "When I told my son that I was nominating Mrs. Carlson, the very first thing he said was, 'Mrs. Carlson is not just a teacher to me, she is also a friend.' These are amazing words for a parent to hear. I trust her credibility without waver because of her positivity, is complemented with her rigor and focus. She has a well-structured and detailed approach to guided learning. It was also noted that during an extremely challenging year with many different learning models, that Ms. CARLSON brought structure and comfort to her students in a time of chaos. I believe that our community now has a greater appreciation because of distant learning, and that certainly holds true with parents from Mrs. CARLSON's class. She exceeded standards set by our district and stayed to the high expectations that she sets for herself. Jen, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. Thank you so much for your commitment and investment into your students, our building, and our community. We are grateful that you are on Team Clover.
It is my pleasure to introduce LEEANN Sit. She is known as Senora Sit here at La Academia, and I have the pleasure of coaching her, supporting her, cheering her on as her principal, Gretchen Kleinsesser. And I am beyond thrilled that she has been nominated for this by multiple parents in our community this year and in past years. When you think about Senora Sit, or if you've met her, she oozes that positivity, that energy that really has the ability to connect with each and every student that she sees in her classroom or in her virtual classroom. She is one of our Online Learning Academy teachers this year. And when you think about immersion, and then you think about online learning, and you think about multi-age, she has done this with grace, patience, energy, and a passion that has really allowed kids to thrive in their online environment. And so it is with the utmost pleasure that we get to cheer her on in this nomination. There are specific things I want to highlight that came out from what parents have said about her that I want to just share with you all. Her enthusiasm is contagious, and she's especially good at this in an online environment all day with kids. She does an incredible job of creating a community, and she does this through her lunch bunches or her evening activities or connecting with kids and responding to them via Seesaw. She really finds something unique about each kid and connects with them. She also just brings joy to the work. These kids love signing on, they love hearing her songs, and they just are excited to be part of her class. She also is extremely personalized. If you know LEEANN, she knows something about you, and she will always connect back with you. And I think that's evident when she's in person, and it's been extremely evident in her online format this year. I think something else to be noted is the way in which she pioneers and I think leads her team, and I believe other teachers in this community of our Online Learning Academy. She shares, she cheers people on, she's willing to go first, and that is just one of the many reasons she's an exceptional educator here in Eastern Carver County Schools. I think lastly, something to note from her is that she just really shows that understanding of an individual student. Parents comment all the time, this year, in the past, and in the future, that they really believe that she knows who their kid is and what makes them tick and excel in our system. She's also a beloved team member. She has joined the PLC group of kindergarten and first grade at our site, as well as with the online cohort, and she breeds that positivity and brings the best out in others. She is a beloved member of our staff, and even though we don't see her every day, we just feel her energy as we walk through the halls here. So it is with my utmost pleasure that she is nominated, and we cheer her on in this.
Hi, I'm Danielle Raabe, Center-Based Special Education Teacher for the Discover program at Chaska Middle School West. I had the extreme honor of being selected the 2020 Teacher of the Year for District 112 Eastern Carver County Schools. It is such an extreme honor as we have so many hardworking, innovative, and creative teachers in our district. Within the Discover program, a top priority for my students is to create meaningful, authentic, and inclusive learning activities for my students while individualizing instruction so they each make progress and growth at their own rate. With the money that I was awarded, I decided to open an open scholarship fund for my students so that we could access the community, generalize skills in multiple environments, and increase independence in communication, social interactions, daily and independent living skills, and functional skills. Being allowed to have this open scholarship fund, I'll be able to have my students involved in many new experiences that are fun and exciting while still learning in a new environment for them. I'm extremely thankful for this money that I was awarded so that we can have these fun and exciting opportunities. All right, finally, the exciting part that I get to share is the news about who is the 2021 Teacher of the Year or Educator in Excellence Award. So here we go. I'm excited to share that Eric Songer is our new 2021 Teacher of the Year. Eric, you're an amazing educator, and I am grateful that I get to work in the same building as you and learn from you, and you are so deserving of this award. Congrats, Eric.
Thank you so much, District 112 Foundation, for this wonderful honor. I want to thank the District 112 Foundation for all that you do to support teachers and support our schools every day of the year. You are wonderful people, and I really appreciate you. I also want to thank all the parents, students, and community members that took time to acknowledge and honor teachers through your words and that you submitted through this Teacher of the Year program. It is so nice of you, and it's so great to read those words and to know that we're supported. I also want to take a moment to thank our Chaska Middle School West administration and staff for your support, your leadership, your collaboration, the community that we've built at this school. Things like this aren't possible unless you have wonderful people to work with and if you have wonderful leadership, and we have that here at Chaska Middle School West. This has been a really tough year. Working through a pandemic has made our lives as teachers very challenging, but we've all found ways to try to make things the best we can for students, to teach our curriculum, to make things fun, to build relationships and community amongst each other. It's been a challenge, but we've found a way through this. And again, that happens due to a lot of support from our community, great leadership, great support amongst each other. And so again, it's been a really tough year, but we've learned a lot and we've come out of this stronger. It's also been a tough year due to the budget cuts and the financial situation of our district, and we've lost a lot this year. And I would just encourage us as a community to try to get that back as soon as we can. Continue to support our schools, support our teachers, and do everything you can to try to get back what we've lost in these last 18 months. I have two more thank yous that are extremely important. Number one, I want to thank my wife, Heidi. Heidi, you are the most supportive person in my life, and I thank you so much. Every educator has a lot of time that they put into their jobs, and that many of those hours go well beyond our contracted hours. And in order to become a great educator, a lot of times you need to put in that time outside of your contracted day. And Heidi, you've been so supportive of me as I've tried new ideas and I've put in that time outside of the school day. Thank you so much, Heidi. And finally, I have to say thank you to the students and to the families that have become so close to me over the years. Your relationships and friendships mean a lot. So thank you so much again, District 112 Foundation, and everyone for your support.
Thank you so very much to all the principals for sending in those introductions and tributes on our finalists. On behalf of the foundation, I would like to give one more congratulations to all of our top finalists, and specifically to Mr. Songer for being 2021 Teacher of the Year. Before we end, I would like to also thank everyone who worked hard to make this event possible. Thank you very much. And lastly, please take care, be safe, and we look forward to seeing everybody in person next year. Bye now.